Hello everyone and welcome to my first Honkai Star Rail lore video. Today, I'll be taking a quick look at the many Aeons of Star Rail and what they're like. I'll likely have separate videos for some of the Aeons in the future, as this is just basic information. The layout of this video will also be a little different than usual, so I hope you enjoy it. Also, if you like this video, consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot and I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, let's move right on and get into the video. In the world of Star Rail, Aeons are godlike beings who preside over the galaxy. They are mysterious entities who dwell in the deep stellar ocean, and as such are rarely seen by mortals. Each Aeon is associated with a path, which are congregations of imaginary energy and ideals that the Aeons get their power from. An Aeon can use the energy of their path as they please, but they are also bound to it for the rest of their lives. Himiko tells us that an Aeon's birth is what gives rise to a path, and also that it is a philosophical concept. Now, if a mortal has a will that overlaps with the philosophy or ideal of a path, they become what is known as a path strider. If their will is strong enough, they can draw power from that path. The element they can wield is not dependent on the path, as characters from different paths have been shown using the same elements. Unlike Aeons, mortals can also change which path they follow if their ideals and beliefs change. Anyways, I think it's time we talk about each of the Aeons. We currently know of 18 of them, with 7 of them presiding over paths that are playable. Each Aeon will likely be the focus of the story at some point, but I'm not talking about that today. So then, let's take a quick look at each of the Aeons that we know of. Akivili, the Aeon of the Trailblaze. Long ago, they departed from the isolated world of Pagana to continue exploring the unknown edges of the universe. They sought to find the end of the imaginary tree of existence, a cosmic structure that gives birth to many worlds. However, Akivili's destiny came to an end due to an unexpected accident. However, the Nameless and the Astral Express remain as Akivili's legacy. Himiko, Pom-Pom, Dan Hung, March 7th, and Weltz are all part of this crew that trailblaze across the galaxy. The main character of Star Rail, the Trailblazer, also finds themselves joining the crew of the Astral Express in their journey. Nanook, the Aeon of the Destruction. They were born long ago from Adlevon as the world fell. They lead the Antimatter Legion, and also have followers in the Annihilation Gang, but Nanook doesn't see value in the latter. Nanook believes the birth of the universe was a mistake, and that they must get rid of the stain. They likely also created the Stellarons that have started appearing around the galaxy, as they are considered seeds of disaster that can destroy civilizations and ecosystems. As for playable characters, those who follow the destruction path are heavy hitters that can also take a lot of hits themselves. They include Arlen, Clara, HooH, and the upcoming Blade. Lan, the Aeon of the Hunt. Also known as the Rainbow Arbiter and the Archer Lord of Fate, they are followed by the Xianshao Alliance and the Galaxy Rangers. Lan wanders from world to world to destroy the undead beings that poisoned its homeworld. These sinful beings were created by the Aeon of Abundance, making them sworn enemies. For Lan, the cost of their hunts were never a consideration, and they believe there is no difference between salvation and total destruction. The playable characters that follow the path of the hunt are strong damage dealers that can only target one enemy at a time. They include Dan Hung, Xile, Sushang, and Yanxing. Yaoshi, the Aeon of the Abundance. They believe in the continual proliferation of life and cannot bear to see death and the pains of illness. They are followed by the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, the Abominations of Abundance, and the Elixir Seekers. These groups are thankful for Yoshi's gifts, and are also enemies to followers of the hunt. While Yaoshi gives her blessings out of benevolence, many who have received them have seen the negative effects of immortality, and some have even turned into beasts. As for playable characters on the path of abundance, they are healers. They include Bailu, Natasha, and the upcoming Luocha. Qlipoth, the Aeon of the Preservation. Also known as the Amber Lord, they have built many great structures, including the Celestial Comet Wall, the Subspace Crystalline Barrier, and the Great Attractor Base. They are also one of the oldest and most tenacious Aeons, having survived the Dusk Wars. Qlipoth is also known for their indifference, usually sharing its powder with zealots like the Interastral Peace Corporation or the Architects of Belobog. Playable characters that follow the path of the preservation are shielders with powerful defensive abilities. They include Gepard, March 7th, and the upcoming Fu Xuan. Nous, the Aeon of the Erudition. Also known as the Wisdom Walker, they were originally an omnipotent astral computer that ascended to become an Aeon after receiving some upgrades. Due to the fact that they were originally meant to provide answers to the universe, they now hope to understand the universe and solve all of its mysteries. They believe that even though all things bear unanswered questions, there is an answer to everything. As for playable characters that follow the path of the Erudition, they are widespread damage dealers that can easily take out groups of enemies. They include Herta, Himiko, Qingsha, Serval, and the next new character, Jin Yuang. Xipe, the Aeon of the Harmony. They hail from multiple harmonious celestial worlds, and are an amalgamation of entities that preach the joys of harmony and unity. They are described as a plural Aeon with 1,000 faces. Some of their followers formed the Family, which is a group of people who all live in harmony. Their beliefs, of course, line up with Xipe's, believing that the strong should help the weak, and if necessary, life must be protected with death. Characters that follow the harmony path are buffers that provide support to other characters. They include Asta, Branya, Tingyun, and the upcoming Yukong. 9. The Aeon of the Nihility. They are an Aeon whose existence is a mystery, and who also doesn't interact with the other Aeons. They believe that the ultimate fate of the entire multiverse is nothingness, and is overall worthless. They are followed by both the Doctors of Chaos and the mysterious Device 9. The existence of an Aeon that believes in nothingness is a real mystery, and their form is also enshrouded by layers of mist. Playable characters that follow the path of Nihility are debuffers that reduce the combat capabilities of enemies. They include Pela, Sampo, Welt, and the upcoming Kafka and Silver Wolf. Aha, the Aeon of Elation. They are an unpredictable Aeon who is followed by the mourning actors and the masked fools. Aha inspires their believers to delight in the joys of life, and to search for the kind of laughter that will leave one breathless. They also enjoy the sharp turns of fate, reflecting their unpredictability. Mythus, the Aeon of the Enigmata. They are an Aeon whose form remains unknown, as they believe things in themselves are beyond perception, and are followed by the Riddlers and the history fictionologists. Mythus believes that entities with finiteness are incapable of envisioning true infinity, and so everything remains enigmatic. Oroboros, the Aeon of the Voracity. They are an extremely old Aeon, as well as a kind of ancient being known as a Leviathan. They possess an unending hunger, also being called a black hole with thought that moves around the galaxy. This has granted it the title of Devourer of Worlds. Idrila, the Aeon of the Beauty. They came into existence because of the pure goodness of the material world, defined by intelligent life forms, otherwise known as beauty. However, just as mysteriously as they appeared, Idrila suddenly vanished one day, with the Mirror Holders faction seeking to revive the Aeon. Fuli, the Aeon of the Remembrance. They believe that intellection equals existence, and that memory is the evidence of existence. Fuli records all that has been forgotten, and has also been cited when important events are about to happen. It is also said that they are preparing for the rebirth of the universe. Tayzzyronth, the Aeon of the Propagation. Also known as the Imperator Insurrectum, this Aeon is now long deceased. In their time, this Aeon commenced gruesome self-replication, bringing the horrors of the Swarm to many worlds. Tayzzyronth, or rather Tayzzyronths, were feared around the universe until they were stopped by gods. Long, the Aeon of the Permanence. Ironically, this ancient Aeon is now deceased, though a large number of its descendants known as Long Scions still live. These Scions are also known as the Vidyadhara, and are a species with dragon-like features that are a part of the Xingqiu Alliance. The character Bailu is a part of this species. Ina, the Aeon of the Order. This ancient Aeon is deceased as well, this time due to the rise of a new Aeon. Paths with overlapping concepts are destined to collide, with the broader path engulfing the narrower one. The path of the Order and its Aeon Ina were assimilated by the rise of Xipe the Harmony. Terminus, the Aeon of the Finality. This Aeon is said to move backwards in time, and is described as an apparition. They travel across the universe while murmuring about a prophecy that is destined to be fulfilled. They are followed by both the Omen Vanguards and the Creed Exequi. HooH, the Aeon of the Equilibrium. This Aeon tries to achieve an ideal balance in the universe, and has no known form. While some mortals try to seek out flaws in HooH's system, it is no use. HooH and their arbitrators watch the logic of the universe's movement in a surveillance system of countless strings. And those are all of the known Aeons in Honkai Star Rail. This game has been very fun so far, and I'm really excited to learn more about it. I've been playing through it live on my Twitch, so I recommend you follow me over there. I'll also be making more lore videos about Star Rail in the future, with my next one most likely being about my favorite character, Welt Yang. I would love to hear what other bits of Star Rail lore you'd like me to cover in the comments below as well though. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sources and further readings are also in the description if you want to check them out. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next video.